We have all heard the stories of lost Cadia, that the planet broke before the Guard did. Trench lines overrun by foul chaos forces, desperate troopers performing holding actions, heroic guardsmen charging in. This is 40K in 40 minutes, Memories of Lost Cadia. Greetings 40K fans, your host JT McDowell here, and boy howdy am I excited for this one. We have the new Astra Militarum box set on display as part of Guard Nick's army, set to square off against the man, the myth, the legend, MINIWARGAMING Dave himself, and his Black Legion.
Guard Nick is here, and I am playing the Guard, their brand new codex, and I am very excited to try them out. I'm also getting to face Dave. I love facing Dave. We have very equivalent energy, and this is always going to be a high energy game.
Nick is like, here's a mirror. I actually don't know what to expect when I fight Nick. In fact, it kind of feels like it's pure chaos, which I don't mind.
Two big names in the tabletop wargaming community are gonna square off and throw down, and I gotta tell you, this has all the makings of an instant classic. You've got Nick, you've got Dave, you've got Abaddon, you've got the new Astra Militarum units, including that wicked looking Cadian command squad. Boy, do I love these new sculpts. This is gonna be a battle for the ages. Today's sponsor is Deadly Print Studios and their new Kickstarter for battle effects for the defenders of humanity. If you're as big a fan of 3D battle effects as we are, like this amazing effect for Nick's Death Strike missile launcher, be sure to check out the link in the description of this video to their Kickstarter. Deadly Print Studios has everything you could want for all your battle effects needs.
I love the effects from Deadly Print Studios. It adds so much life to our battles, and it really makes them feel like they're coming alive. Their new line of designs for the Guard are incredibly impressive. They fit on perfectly, and they've been very well designed. I'm actually really impressed by how well they did. They even made the shirt and sent it to me. Look at that, that's awesome.
First and foremost, I haven't actually played a game of 9th edition with the new codex of Chaos Space Marines, so I'm super excited about that. New stuff in the Black Legion is actually pretty sweet. So first off, I'm taking Marcus Zinch on everything. So Marcus Zinch allows you to just kind of fluff off the first wound that I fail. Secondly, there's this really awesome stratagem, Heralds of Doom. And what that allows me to do is actually take away OBSEC from other units when I apply it to a Legionnaire unit. So I can have a dude on an objective and actually nullify Nick's ability to objective secure that.
MINIWARGAMING Dave has agreed to play the bad guy, I guess? Is Chaos bad? I don't even know. Abaddon with 2 Obliterators, 5 Chosen, 2 squads of Legionnaires, a Defiler, Defi the Defiler, absolutely love seeing one of these on the table, a Lord Discordant with a Technovirus Injector, and 5 Possessed with the Black Rune of Damnation.
Those possessed are terrifying. You just can't kill them. They won't die.
Nick's chosen to use a custom regiment this time, Expert Bombardiers and Cult of Sacrifice. Those are 2 of the new rules available to Astra Militarum. That's gonna make his artillery a little bit better. His Khazarkin are also gonna gain mechanized infantry, which means they're gonna be able to get out after the Chimera moves, and that's really strong. Nick has the entire Astra Militarum box set, which consists of 2 units of Cadian shock troops, a Cadian command squad, 2 of the new field ordnance batteries, and an armored sentinel. He also has 2 chimeras, a commissar, 10 Khazarkin, the old Master of Ordnance model, which is now an attaché, which is another cool rule from the new book, a tank commander with a Vanquisher cannon, another Leman Russ with a Punisher cannon, and the Death Strike missile launcher. Check out that amazing 3D printed effect from Deadly Print Studios. Absolutely love this model.
Death Strike miss. Okay, I'm not gonna tell Nick this, but I'm terrified of this thing. If I move in the wrong spot, dead. And so I really have to be super careful where I move my stuff.
I've tried to take a very classic Imperial Guard army, so lots and lots of infantry supported by tanks and artillery. We're trying to recreate the Battle of Cadia a little bit. The defense line is broken and the Black Legion is swarming in, and Cadia is just trying to hold on for as long as possible. Cadia stands. Always.
Today's mission is a Tempest of War mission. We're playing a sweeping engagement deployment, which has some funky diagonals and makes for some interesting terrain placement. We're playing supply lines, so you have to hold your own objective to gain command points every phase. And we're playing take and hold. Hold 1 objective for 5, hold 2 objectives for 5 more, and hold more than your opponent for another 5, to a maximum of 15 per turn. Players have decided that the smoke will count both as dense, obscuring, and impassable terrain. The buildings will provide cover, however, are not able to be entered.
Mr. Dave, you are back in the studio. Thank you for coming all this way, and we get to play an awesome narrative game here.
Yes, I'm so excited to play it. Thank you, Nick.
We are playing kind of a mini recreation of the Battle of Cadia. The Black Legion is coming down, trying to destroy Cadia.
You said it's a recreation. Does that mean it's going to end how it ends? Does that mean it's going to be the 13th Black Crusade that actually worked?
Cadia stands forever! No, it doesn't! I'm excited. I've got the new book. I really like all the rules. They feel flavorful and exciting. Trench line has been broken, as you can see from the deployment lines. They're trying to roll up the trench line here, and we're trying to push you back. The last time you were here, you and TAC actually battled each other, and part of that battle was if you won, TAC had to design you a t-shirt.
That's true.
And so he did! I got it here for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're
Nick.
welcome. Why don't you open it up and see what it says?
Yes, I'll open it up so the world can see what this beautiful t-shirt company has done.
It says Playon is the world's greatest content creator, as endorsed by you, Mini Wargamer Dave of the Tau Empire.
Thank you for this gift, Nick.
All right, so we need to figure out who deploys first.
Okay.
Who is deploying first? I got a 4.
You free?
All right, I'm gonna deploy the first unit. Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, that was terrible.
Ooh. There's the sonic boom right there.
Solid.
Dave starts the game with 2 command points, and Nick starts the game with 5. Nick starts with his Kazarkin in the Chimera, a Krieg squad in a Chimera with a Commissar. Dave has put Abaddon and the Obliterators into Warp Strike, so they'll be able to deep strike from turn 2 forward. And the Legionnaires are in the Rhino, as well as Chosen are coming on from Strategic Reserve.
Here we are with the Defi, and he's gonna go on the board.
I think you need to explain this guy.
Okay, so Defi hasn't been on the battlefield in many a year, and he is actually the first mini that I painted. I don't say this too loudly, but he's really ugly. Like the paint job is horrible. It's a beautiful paint job. See the beautiful.
It's kind of bad.
Yeah, it's kind of bad. It's really bad.
It doesn't match the rest of your army.
Very pathetic. It's
I think I might put down my other artillery. Field Ordnance Battery. It's a new unit from the new box set. They're really cool. I like them. They're basically mini basilisks.
Unit of Chaos Space Marines in Rhino Transport is going to go right here.
Ready to jump up and take that objective. Then I think we will put down the Sentinel.
Got a 6-man Chaos Space Marine unit. Legionnaire.
Yeah, there's no Chaos Space Marines in that book.
No, not anymore. There's a bit of sadness that I feel. Okay, that's the face of sadness.
Face of sadness.
Right back here on this Objectivo.
Awesome. Well, let's put down my command squad with a Master of Ordnance. He's attached to the command squad, so he becomes part of it.
Oh, is this the character that's going to be like 4 levels deep and it's going to be really hard for me to get to, but if
Yeah.
I do get to, it's basically game over for the
Pretty
guard?
much.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's my command squad.
All right, next we're going to do the Disco Lord because we got to bring some music to this fight. So right behind the Defs. Okay.
I'm gonna put Chimera, and this has the Krieg and the Commissar in it. This is the Commissar tank. Forward! Forward, Emperor!
Nicholas.
Oh, I hate these guys. No!
To get reactions like this. This is the best. Thank you so much. Yes, the possessed.
I'm gonna put a Chimera with the Kasserkin squad. I'm gonna call him Kasserkin, because it's my army. The Kasserkin Chimera of coolness.
I am finished my
You're
things.
finished deploying?
Yes. That's it.
Wow, then.
I was
Wowzer.
considerate.
I'm gonna put down a Vanquisher gun right here. Let's put the Punisher cannon tank down. Krieg!
Nick's deployment looks like he's really tried to spread out and fill his zone with as many bodies as he possibly can. He needs to have layers like an onion so that Dave needs to cry as he works his way through it.
So in my deployment here, I'm really trying to spread out my guys and be on the line, ready to move up and take those objectives in the middle as quickly as I can. I know I got a redeploy ability in my back pocket, so if I don't like how the first turn runs out, I can pick up units and put them somewhere else for the deployment. All right, so we are deployed and ready for this epic fight. Can you get through the 80 guardsmen?
The Sea of Bodies.
The sea of bodies on the table. Bring it!
I will bring it.
All right, so roll for first turn, always important. Let's
Okay.
see who gets it. Wait, do you want to go first or second? What would you prefer in this mission?
I'll go first.
You want to go first?
Sure.
So do I, so let's go.
Okay.
I got a 3.
I got a 3.
Oh, rerolling.
Give me that kind of
Here we
game. 2.
go. 4. Cadia stands. Thank you, game.
for now.
You're ready for some artillery smacking?
You can definitely bring it.
Both players gain a command point. Nick goes to 6 and Dave goes up to 3. However, Nick immediately spends one on new orders, and he's drawn no prisoners, so he needs to kill 30 wounds with the models, grind them down, kill more over an entire turn than Dave does, and raise banners, perform an action on an objective in no man's land.
My Warlord trait allows me right now to pick up to 3 units and redeploy them.
Looks like Nick is going to use his Master Tactician Warlord trait and redeploy 3 of his units, including putting one of the guard squads back into reserve. Very interesting strategic move here. I'm not sure if Nick's outthinking himself. I'd rather bring all the guns all the time.
All right, so also in my command phase, I'm gonna do some orders.
Time to issue orders. Gunner's kill on sight given to the tanks. That's going to let it reroll 1s, as well as on the Chimera because it's in a squadron and it's within range.
Surprisingly enough, he doesn't get to give it to himself, so yeah.
That'd be broken.
So this company commander is gonna say, take cover to this squad, which then radios to this squad to pass it along, which then radios to this squad to pass it along, which then radios to this squad to pass it along. So all these guys are now taking cover.
And the Death Strike targeting to give his guard squad cover should Dave try to charge him.
In the command phase, I get to do one really cool thing. I've got a Death Strike missile, and it gets to pick a target anywhere on the battlefield. I put a point, and next round, if I want to, I can launch a missile at it and blow up everything within 3 inches for like 16 mortal wounds, possibly.
It's fun when it happens.
It is so much fun.
Is it gonna happen?
Yeah, maybe.
And it looks like he's placed a marker to make Dave think twice about charging him with those possessed.
Movement phase. Let's do the movement phase. Infantry and the commissar are gonna get out of this Chimera. And he's gonna give these guys an order that allows them to move, advance, and shoot, and still do an action. So I'm gonna advance these guardsmen right now because I'm gonna try to get on that objective to do the action, the raise banners action. Oh no!
Spending a command point here to take him down to 4 to reroll advance on his guardsmen.
Give it to me. 6. Excellent. And we're gonna see if this commissar can keep up with them. So he's gonna advance as well. He gets a 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's up to here.
Looks like Nick's moving his tanks just to line up some shots.
We're just gonna move up with these guys.
That's right, yeah, 2 corners.
What was that? That's the noise their legs make. All right, and we're gonna go into cover here with these guys. I'm gonna move aggressively here, moving up my chimeras and taking the objectives. I'm lining up everything I can to try to take out that rhino, because if I can pop the rhino, the Marines get out and I can try to wipe that squad and hold an entire flank of the board.
The Khazarkin mechanized infantry disembark post-move. That's a solid tactic. Now, they can't move any farther. However, they're going to bring their guns to bear real quick.
And then this tank's also gonna move a little closer. And we'll move into the shooting phase. I'm gonna start with this Vanquisher tank commander, and he's gonna fire the big Vanquisher gun, and its multi-meltons, and its las cannon at the Humble Rhino. The Vanquisher is a super powerful gun. It has the possibility of doing 12 wounds with no saves in a single shot. All I need to do is hit.
Smoke screen.
I bet you're gonna do smoke screen. All right, the big giant Vanquisher gun. Can it kill you? It does not hit.
Nick re-rolling with a command point down to 3, and the Vanquisher misses again!
Smoke screen at its best.
Hull weapons, only the Melta hits. Wow, it only does a wound.
1 damage! I was really kind of banking on this Rhino being dead. Well, and then I'm gonna go to the next unit that has to do it. I'm gonna go to the Khazarkins.
Overcharged las cells now, command point for the Khazarkin. That's gonna make any 6s to wounds do mortals in addition.
So I've got a whole bunch of lasers, but I've also got a Melta gun right there. So I'm gonna fire the Melta first. And it hits.
Nick has knocked that Rhino down to 4 wounds and sits at 2 command points, but man, it's just taken a ton of shots.
Smoke screen. Wow, like, I don't know if I've ever spent 1 CP and it come back so well on the investment. Like, that was amazing.
Cadian shock troops, their lasguns are going to have exploding 6s.
And then I got nothing. We're gonna go with Chimera into that Rhino, the multi-laser, the lasgun array, and the heavy flamer. With D6 on the flamer, 5 I believe. Then 3 runes, and the multi-laser, 4 shots. That's a weird way to roll. It was. And nothing to wound.
Nothing.
And then the lasgun array, and no. 1.
Regular save, made it.
Pooey! A plasma shot from a sentinel into you. All right, heavy D3.
It's enough to
Ah! I took a mortal wound, but I did hit you twice. And it wounds you once.
Sentinel firing at the Rhino leaves it on a single wound.
It's gonna be this hero Chimera right here.
Okay.
He's gonna turn his multi-laser. So, 4 shots from the multi-laser.
I love how you have a hard-on for this tank.
And wounded you once.
3+.
Yes!
Hold on.
Yes. Wait.
I think this is where a command point is spent.
Darn it.
Looks like Dave's going to reroll a save with his command point. Down to 1, and he saves!
Dave, I don't appreciate you in this instance.
This is
I don't
the
want
drama.
to shoot the artillery at you. Fine, I'm shooting the artillery at this stupid tank. I'm trying to take 1 wound off with 2 artilleries. This tank's going into there, this artillery's going into there, and this artillery is going into those stupid possessed. First one is shooting into that Rhino.
Okay.
I get D6 shots against it.
Okay.
I get 2 shots.
Now it's force. Nick, this is the best thing ever.
I know.
This is so good.
I know.
I feel like I'm just an observer here. Yeah.
All right, the other artillery's going into there. 3. All right, and 3 shots, I hit none. All right.
Whoa.
I've got 1 unit left to shoot, and I wanted to shoot at the guys inside, but he will try with his Punisher Cannon to kill a Rhino. To try to kill the guys inside. All right, rerolling 1s.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, what a waste of a Punisher Cannon. 20 shots to finish off a Rhino with a single wound. 1 Legionnaire dies getting out, but that has to be disappointing for Nick.
So I end the turn having killed a Rhino. That wasn't a great first turn. I was really anticipating killing the Rhino and killing most of the guys inside. However, I'm in a really tough position now because I've not reduced Dave's efficacy of his army at all.
No charge phase fighter morale, so that ends Nick's turn. 5 points scored for raising banners. He's got 1 kill on Grind Them Down, just the Rhino, and that's done 10 wounds on no prisoners. As we head into Dave's half of turn 1, we have a score 5-0 in favor of Nick.
Now it's time for me to get
Bring
my
it on.
cards.
Nick up to 3 command points, Dave up to 2, and Dave draws his secondaries. He's pulled Tempting Target. Nick picks an objective for Dave to come and get.
You have to take this one. Come at me, bro. I want this Death Strike missile to go up and blow you all up.
Grind them down. He needs to kill more over an entire game turn than Nick does. And capture enemy outposts. He's got to go hold Nick's objective. That could be tough. Lord Discordant gives out a buff to make the Soul Grinder hit better in combat. That's a attack-like move. Be better? I've heard that before. And now time to set up some charges. Looks like Deffy's gonna press forward and clearing space for incoming deep strikes next turn.
Let's go over here where Deffy is. He's gonna move his 8 inches. He's gonna move forward. Yeah, he'll go on top of that objective because where else is he gonna go?
Lord Discordant moves up. That's a real threat in close, especially to vehicles.
Moving Deffy and Lord Discordant up right in the middle of the battlefield. I'm holding this objective and I'm just gonna be ready for whatever happens here. My possessed are gonna move their full 9. And yes, I know there's that little pinpoint there, but I'm gonna try to, what is this? Do I go through this? Do I go around? What
That's
is
what I was asking before. Ignore it.
That's there.
Launch the Death Strike missile now!
Now for the shooting phase, Nick.
Got it.
I will do Melta and Plasma Pistol into this Chimera, and then I'm going to, shoot the rest of these like pistols.
Yeah, makes sense. You're gonna try to kill the Castle.
Yeah, so split fire first on the dudes. Hitting on 3s, that's all hits. 3s, that's 2 wounds. Nope.
So you killed 1.
Melta. Melta, here we go, that's a miss. Plasma Pistol,
Into the Castle Guns?
supercharged.
Oh, always. Okay, so I got a 6-up save? Nope. All right, Chimera's taking 2 damage.
So now we're gonna go Deffy. Right now, I'm in Wanton Destruction.
That's fun.
That means that my heavy weapons and rapid fire and grenade weapons, that they get
They explode
extra
on 6s?
hits on 6s.
Yeah.
He's gonna shoot the Chimera with a Defiler cannon.
Nice.
And he gets 2 hits, so 3s to wound. a -2.
I save it.
So now his Reaper Autocan with 4 shots.
Bring it.
Is going to hit on 2s. And this is going to wound on 4s. That's 3 wounds.
Ooh, at minus?
-2.
I save 1. I have 9 wounds remaining on that Chimera.
Christian Bale Flamer. It's going to go fire at your dudes. It's going to be these dudes.
18-inch flamer?
Okay. All right, so here we go. These are wounding.
All right, 6 on 6s. I save 1. You have roasted 5.
Excellent. Those are all my shootings. So now I'm going to charge you. First charge is right here.
Okay, I'm actually going to spend 1 command point right now to overwatch you.
Nick overwatches with a cash can in the charge phase. Here come the Legionnaires. He's down to 2 command points, but manages to kill one.
I mean, even then, you guess, but...
Okay. Disco Lord into that unit of guard right there. Getting a 12.
Oh!
Disco Lord charges that Krieg squad. Shovels aren't going to be enough against him.
There is Defi. Now he can go against the dudes in front of him or the tank.
Yeah, he's got 2 options there.
Thinking the tank, man.
Yeah, go against the Chimera.
That's it. He's going against the tank.
All right.
That's an 8.
Oh,
That's
no!
an 8.
Defi the Defiler charges the Chimera.
Now for the possessed, they're going to charge that unit.
They're going to charge this unit of guardsmen. Yep,
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and here's my intent. That Death Strike missile, man. See, already, it's already playing games with my mind. So in order for me to get around this, I'm gonna have to charge with the possessed and get a good enough charge roll to get around it and hopefully do something here. These possessed need to get a decent charge.
Yeah.
Because I gotta be able to charge that unit and stay away from that marker of that massive explosion that's about to
Yeah,
happen.
I'm hoping you get a 2.
All right, here we go.
We're being shenanigan.
I got 12, okay.
I wasn't expecting him to do that. I can't figure out how to exactly place that Death Strike missile launcher. He's just getting just around and I'm not gonna get to fire it. However, it did make him scared and having to move differently. I don't know, maybe it was worth it. The dice don't want me to win this game. All right, got it, understood.
I should go here first because that's kind of the most important. So
Okay.
for the Aspiring Champion, I believe it's 4 attacks that he has. So I'm hitting on 2s.
Legionnaires fighting the Kazarkin, and down they go.
Now, over here, let's do Lord Discordant. Impaler Chainglaive first, 6 attacks.
I
took every
upgrade I could.
All hits, and then wounding on 2s. All wounds? It's 5
So I've
so
got
far.
5 saves to make, which I can't save because it's -2. However, a medic in there, and he cancels one of these, so I only have 4 to die.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
So 4 non-medic guys are dying.
So let's do the Mecha Tendril, so also hitting on 2s. That's 3 wounds.
Oh, I get 5s. I got 1. So you killed 2 more guys. I have 4 guys remaining in this squad.
All right, now I do have the Bladed Limbs hitting on 2s.
Why would it be? The unit might survive. And I have 3 guys remaining.
Now we'll go on to Defi.
Yep.
Okay. So Defi attacks. He's got 5 attacks.
Defi the Defiler into the Chimera. Dave spends a command reroll to reroll his damage. He's down to 1 command point,
If I get a
okay.
6, I kill you.
Yeah.
but the Chimera lives with a single wound.
Still alive with 1 wound.
Oh, I know how it feels now.
No, you don't. Don't even go there. No.
That's the last time I try to relate to you.
The Black Rune possessed charge into the Krieg squad and wipe them. Nick spends a command point to fire on my position because Cult of Sacrifice lets him do it cheap. Artillery rains down, and no mortal wounds on the artillery strike. Oh, that kind of sucks.
It's so funny because like what you were doing, it's like that could be legit, or you could be making this up.
No, it was legit, but nothing happens.
no.
It misses. It literally hits right here.
I am going to consolidate into the Chimera and your Commissar because why not? We're possessed and we're lonely.
Well, then the Commissar will pull out his power sword and try to chop you to bits.
Okay.
I think he's got 3 attacks. He hits on 3s. I hit twice.
So 5.
2 6s at -3. Slice and dice.
So 5 up invul.
Yeah. Ha!
So 1 guy goes down to 1 wound.
And then these lonely guardsmen want to give your Lord's Guard a hug. The chainsword gives me an extra attack. And I doubt I wounded you on a 5. Yes, okay, yeah, morale phase right now. So let's see if these Krieg guardsmen right here run. There's 3 left, so I gotta get a 1.
That's
That's a 6. 1 is running, and the other 2 on 1s and 2s. No, they're double 6s. So I just lost 1. There's 2 guys left.
And at turn 1, Dave really laid a smackdown there on Nick, and he's kind of hard up against it. He's got to bring in his guns and kill stuff now. However, the Vanquisher can kill the Defiler in a single shot and seriously hurt that Lord Discordant. So Nick has the tools. Can the dice be in his favor?
It's the end of round 1, and you are up in my face. I'm feeling, but maybe I can turn this around.
Maybe. I feel good now, but I'm crossing my fingers because Tempest, things can sway pretty quickly. So we'll see where it goes.
End of that turn, we have a score of 5-5. Let's see turn 2.
All right, well, that was a brutal first turn, I think, for me. How'd you feel?
I feel like we're tied, Nick. Is it brutal?
Yeah, I killed a Rhino.
Nick scores 5 points on primary to take him up to 10. Both players sit at 2 command points. Nick keeps no prisoners. He's got 10 wounds on it. Draws extend battle lines. He needs to hold his objective and an objective in no man's land. And he's drawn hold the line. He's got to keep Dave 6 inches away from his deployment zone. That's going to be tough.
All right, orders.
Orders are issued. Gunners kill on sight the Punisher and the Chimera. Master of Ordnance makes his artillery shoot better as he can see their target. First rank fire, second rank fire on the 2 guard squads. That's going to turn their weapons into heavy 3 and really bring some pain.
In my command phase, I also get to move the target for the Death Strike missile. This had no target. It was too far away. It wasn't going to damage anything. I can take it up, put it anywhere I want. And I'm going to put it right in the middle of these guardsmen so that if you want to take it, if you want to attack these guys and hopefully kill this and take this objective, you risk blowing yourself up. So I'm going to move 6 to be within 3 of those objective markers with this infantry unit.
Wait, I'm hearing some shenanigan math. So what you're doing is you're going within range of that objective marker. You're going to have more bodies there because you're OPSEC, and you're going to take it away from me without giving me the respect of actually charging me in combat. Is that what's happening right now?
No, you're not going to be alive to be threatening that objective.
Is this another Rhino threat?
This is a prediction.
Movement phase, it looks like it's a real case of sacrificing the meat to save the metal here, as Nick needs to speed bump Dave's army with his guardsmen to keep his tanks in the fight as long as he
All
can.
right, this is insurance. In case I need to, I'll charge you with that. These guardsmen that are in combat with the Lord Discordant are going to back up. All right, this turn I have 2 major objectives. I have to kill those Marines off that objective, but I also have a perfect opportunity to kill his Lord Discordant. It's a character, so normally you can't target it. However, it's out in the open, and I have a Vanquisher cannon ready to target it. All I have to do is hit with it. Let's go into the shooting phase. Finally, these guardsmen are firing into your Black Legionnaires. Flamer! I got 2 shots with the Flamer. I wounded you once with the Flamer.
No AP, so here we go with the save, and then we don't make the save. They have Marcus Inch, therefore that first wound doesn't actually happen because it's 0 damage.
And then I have done first rank fire, second rank fire. I have 3 shots with each las gun. It is -1 to hit because I moved, because they're heavy weapons. 6 explode. I do have 3 6s in here. However, I'm missing some shots, so I'm gonna reroll some of them. All right, moving on. Chimera into this Legionnaire squad. The Flamer is gonna fire first, and he got 6.
Okay, 1 goes through.
All right, he lost 1 Marine there. All right, we're gonna keep going with the Chimera here. The Chimera multi-laser, 4 shots. I hit you 3 times.
Okay, these are 2 pluses because I'm in cover.
I got 1. 6, and then I'll be 12 shots from the las gun array, because you're in rapid fire range.
So I'll do it 1 at a time because I only have 1 wound left. So the first one, I'm good. The second one, also good.
I'm gonna fire the Vanquisher cannon in all of its glory into Mr. Disco right there. I'm gonna go with the 2 multi-meltas first. All right, so I got 4 multi-melta shots. And it did wound you at -4.
Dave spending a command point to reroll to try and save that Melta shot, but the Mark of Zinch stops it anyway.
Awesome.
But I didn't want to even have to use that yet.
Yeah, I get it. You want to save it. Now, the big giant gun. This is the one that can kill you if I hit. I got to hit on a 4. I got to reroll.
And Nick misses. Command reroll the hit, and Nick's down to 1 command point, still misses. Oh, man.
Oh! It's a 1, misses! It's right in front of you. Just hit the targets.
Vanquisher fails again. Okay. I dodged that bullet twice, and I'm grateful once again.
It's not over yet because now I've got a Punisher cannon that's gonna go into you. Give me some 3s. There we go. Oh yeah, that was actually a fairly good roll.
I'll take 2 wounds because I'm gonna roll 2 ones. 2 ones. So I am down to 7 wounds.
And then these guardsmen are also gonna fire at you with their first rank fire, second rank fire. Flamer. 6 shots.
You like to get 6s with your flamers. Both safe.
All right, and then a heck of a lot of las gun shots. So I've got 20 here. I need 7 more dice after that. 7. And look at these exploding 6s. Woo, yeah! Sentinel into your Lord Discordant. D3 shots. I got 1. Did not hit. So the artillery, both are firing into those guys. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. All of them hit. 3s. Oh, that's good.
That's a 3-up. Okay, so I'll roll this one at it.
Yes!
So he's dead.
That was your champ.
Okay, so I get 2 more fails, but you kill 2 more because it's 2 damage apiece?
Yeah, I got 2 more. I have a Chimera in combat who's gonna fire all of its shots into these possessed. The Flamer, starting Flamer. 3 shots with the Flamer. 1 wound for you.
Same.
I got 1 hit with the turret weapon and no wounds. And then the lasgun array. 1 hit, no wounds, so that did nothing. Okay. So now the shooting phase is over. Did largely nothing. Charge some things.
Okay.
Charge phase now, and Nick is charging the Lord Discordant with the Lehman Russ to try to save that squad. I don't know. I think I'd rather lose the squad.
My Chimera is actually gonna charge your sergeant there. So let's see if the Chimera can...
The Chimera goes in.
And then all these guardsmen are also gonna charge your guy there. Yeah!
The guardsmen too.
All right,
Okay.
Fighting.
Fighting?
Let's fight. Well, let's see if this tank can kill your Lord Discordant.
Last command point for Nick on Crush Them. His Lehman Russ is going to hit on 3s and do mortals on 6s to wound, and it has 6 attacks.
All right, here we go. Lehman Russ.
All right, so 2 plus. Yeah. Made them both, so I get a wound.
And then 1 more wound, yeah. Fine, okay, let's see if we can kill this one lone guy there. Hitting you on 4s, wounding you on 5s.
3-3.
And then the Chimera hits you. 3 attacks. Does not wound you.
Like, let's do Duffy, because he never fights.
Go for it.
Now I can't say never.
Oh no, Nick's Chimera goes down.
Should we just see if I explode?
Okay.
Yeah. Ah! Yes! On your possessed, you take 3 mortal wounds on the possessed.
Kills 1.
Commissar takes 2 wounds, and your big defiler 3. Chimera, you did better in death than you did in life. Lord Discordant, see if you kill me.
Impaler Chainglaive on the Lord Discordant is going to attack this Punisher, hitting on 2s.
Oh no, the Lord Discordant has taken the Lehman Russ down to 4 wounds.
He's alive!
And the Legionnaires and Guardsmen are tied up in combat and tying that objective.
I save it. All right, so that's all the combats. So now to morale phase. That guy could potentially run away out of 5.
Could. All right, let's see. 4.
Oh, I saw that 6.
Close.
It was close. Well, 2 turns have gone by, and I've still killed a rhino. Well, that was a rough turn. That was 2 rough turns in a row.
End of that turn sees Nick discard hold the line. He has scored extend battle lines, and that puts him up to 15 points. However, Dave's grind them down kicks in as he killed more than Nick did, and that puts Dave to 10. 15 to 10 at the mid of turn 2 as we head into Dave's turn.
We each get a command point. I've got 1 command point left. How many do you got?
I have 2 now.
Looks like Dave's going to spend his 2 command points on Heralds of Doom, a Black Legion specific stratagem, and that Legionnaire now gives out a 6-inch aura of Lose Obsec, which means he holds that objective, and that's why he's going to score 15 on this turn.
That's so frustrating. I have so many more guys on that objective, but his 1 guy denies my objective secured and means that he controls that objective. That's going to be like a 10-point swing.
Command phase, and he's using Corrupt Machine Spirit to do 2 mortals to the Lehman Russ from that Lord Discordant.
All right, so I'm down to 2 wounds with this Lehman Russ.
Okay, I have my 3 cards. Battlefield Supremacy is the first one. Hold the line. Extend battle lines. If he dies, he dies. I'm gonna leave him there.
Okay.
I feel so threatened by that stupid blue dot.
okay.
Every time he moves that, my heart stops. I don't know where it's gonna go or like how it's gonna affect me. So like I need to like recalibrate every single time Nick moves that thing. I'm gonna move Deafy back here. These dudes that move, they're 9.
Oh, I see what's coming up here.
This is the exciting part, Nick, because this is like, the boss is coming to the battlefield, you know?
Time for the deep strikes to arrive. Here they come.
On this turn, I'm gonna bring in Abaddon and the Obliterators. My biggest target is the Vanquisher Kit. Abaddon's now shown up.
Yeah.
With the Obliterator.
Very scary.
And then on this side, we have the Chosen as well. With the
it's very scary.
So now into the shooting phase. We got 2 melted here.
Nick spending his command point on smoke screening his Vanquisher.
Now, because of Abaddon's eternal vendetta, that Vanquisher has been marked since the beginning of the game. Okay, so these Chosen get to re-roll their wound rolls. So that's 2.
5. So I've got 8 wounds remaining on this Leman Russ.
Now for the Obliterators. They're going to shoot at the Vanquisher. Now there's 3 modes of their shots. So I'm doing focused malice on the Obliterators, okay? So that's D3, and there's 2 of them, so 2 D3 shots. I'm assuming that 6 is a wound.
Yeah, that's a...
Okay, so you're 4 up save?
Got it!
And it's safe. So they actually did nothing. Let's hop over, let's Lord Discordant.
Lord Discordant, try to kill the tank.
Christian Bale Flamer in the face.
3s. Come on! Let's see him explode! Nope.
No.
Oh no, the Punisher tank has gone down.
Defiant to the Sentinel. Okay, shooting his Defiler Cannon. Let's see what we get. We get a 1. Just 1. Reaper Autocannon, 4 shots. Hitting on 3s. 3s to wound. And that's 1 wound.
Defiler whiffs into the Sentinel. Ooh, that's got a hoit.
So Abaddon's gonna shoot your Vanquisher. So in the very least, try to bracket you. 4 shots with the Talon.
On 5s.
-1.
Oh wait, so on 2s then. I get them both.
Defi, he's gonna charge that the Commissar.
Defi the Defiler charges the lone Commissar. Can he do 2 wounds to him?
Those possessed are gonna charge that Sentinel.
The possessed make their charge into the Sentinel. Disco Dan the Disco Lord charges the Kriegsman.
So my Disco Lord just charged in there. Now, the way he's positioned,
Looks like the Deathstrike marker Nick has repositioned here has kept Dave from charging in too deep.
So at the very least, what I've done with this marker is I've denied you taking this objective.
that's true. Let's have the Obliterators charge into your Vanquisher.
Okay, I can't do any Overwatch, I have no CP.
They need a 9,
Okay,
because they're not core, so they
Okay.
don't benefit from Abaddon's +1 to charge.
bring it in.
And 9 is each's number. And they get a 7, so. But no, Abaddon's gonna go against the tank. No! Now for the Chosen, they're actually also going to charge in.
Yep.
You know, so they might as well. They get a 6 there. First things first, Defi against Commissar. Defiler Claws first.
Okay.
These are hitting on 3. So they all hit. 2s to wound for the Defiler. And we get 3 wounds.
At -1 billion?
It's minus a lot.
Yeah, so he's dead.
Now I will move him a little bit closer. Now for the Possessed, there's 4 there, right?
Possessor trying to kill, yep, all 4 are in. Trying to kill the Sentinel.
The Possessed have downed the Sentinel, but barely.
Does he explode? He does not.
So I'm actually going to consolidate the Possessed closer to these guys right there. Disco Lord. We have 6 attacks with his Impaler Chainglaive.
Disco Dan, the Disco Lord, has done some work, but he hasn't killed the Krieg Squad. Gotta love him not being able to wound them on 2s.
So now we go to ongoing combats. I get to go first. I've got some guardsmen here. They're gonna see if they can kill him. All right, I hit you on 4s, and I wounded you once.
Saved. Saved.
Then you get to go.
Ooh, the Legionnaire has chopped up more guardsmen and still holds that objective.
All right, and then the Chimera tries to hit you.
Goes through.
It goes through.
Of course it does.
I got 1 damage on it. There we go. We gotta do the morale phase. I could have some running happening. So I lost 3 guys there.
Oh no! Cadian Shock Trooper Squad lost 3 to morale, and the Kriegsmen hold!
That's the end of turn 2. A brutal round for me. This was a rough turn 2. I'm starting to wonder if I can come back from this.
And at turn 2, we have a score of 15 for Nick and 35 for Dave. And Nick is in some serious trouble here. He's really hemmed in. Those turn 1 monster charges, 2 12-inch charges, have completely thrown a wrench into his plans. He needs to draw some secondaries so that he can score them and fast, and Dave just needs to keep the pressure up.
It is time for turn 3 of the Guardsmen. Things are looking grim. I've killed a Rhino.
And a Possessed.
On to turn 3, Nick scores 10 on primary to go up to 25 points. He's got 1 command point and he's done 23 wounds on no prisoners. He's got a new secondary objective to deploy teleport homers and storm hostile objective. He should be able to bring his guardsmen in that are in reserve to actually score that 5 points, so bad on me there. I didn't like the move, but it's going to score for him now. Storm hostile objective, he should be able to kill that Legionnaire that has a single wound and take away that objective from Dave.
All right, so in the command phase, in addition to all the other things I just did,
Nick orders first rank fire, second rank fire again for his guardsmen. He's retargeting the Death Strike a little closer to home to try to dissuade Dave from charging his Vanquisher tank.
All right, start of turn 3. I barely have a Vanquisher alive. I still have a little bit of an army. At this point, though, the noose is tightening. I have very few options left. I need to score as many points as I can. So these guys are gonna move. End of the movement phase. My 10-man unit of Krieg Guardsmen, they got all the way over there, and now they're gonna deploy teleport homers. All right, shooting phase. Can I do anything? Probably not. This Vanquisher has gotta do something. He's gonna fire everything he has into those obliterators. Maybe he can do it? If I can do some major damage with my Vanquisher cannon, maybe I can hold him off long enough that I can score enough points to stay in this game.
Sponson weapons first into the Mark of Tzeentch obliterators, so that anything that Dave ignores is going to be little ones and not the big gun. That takes one obliterator down to a single wound. Oh no. So the big gun's going to kill a guy if it hits and wounds, and it fails!
That guy should be dead! What? Why?
Oh. Yeah, okay, I can breathe again.
Rerolling to hit. Oh no, no command points left, and Boo earns on the Vanquisher.
Target! Shot! Fire! Look, it's right there! Just kill it!
Oh, can we get an F in chat for 3 shots, 3 rerolls, never hitting once with the quasi-railgun that the guardsmen have? Oh, that hurts.
All right,
Hey, you're trying to change history here, literally.
moving on. These guardsmen will fire everything into those obliterators.
Okay.
Grenade gun will D6 shots from it. Frag grenade hits you 3 times, wounds you once.
That's a fail.
I kill an obliterator! All right, and then the first rank fire, second rank fire labs guns into the other obliterator. Fox.
2+. 1 goes for.
Hey, I did 1 damage! This Chimera is gonna fire everything into that Lonely Guardsman. The Flamer gets 6 shots. And I've done 3 wounds for you, sir.
Save them.
Multi-laser. Hits once. It wounds. 5 saves for you.
Okay, so it's 2
Give me
pluses.
2 ones.
2 ones. 1-1. So that's a Tzeentch. So now he's good.
I'm gonna fire 2 artillery. These guys back here. Hopefully take some wounds off.
Artillery take down a couple Legionnaires. That's going to give Nick his no prisoners for 5 more points.
Okay, well, charge phase. Done. And
What?
Yeah, let's do a fight. I've got 1 fight right here. Technically, you go first.
Okay, so hitting on 3s. So that's 1. -1.
Goes
That goes
through.
So that's down to 4.
Let's see if I can damage you. I hit you none. And we end my turn 3 having killed a rhino.
And Nick's turn 3, and boy, oh boy, is he in trouble. Couldn't kill the single Legionnaire on a single wound. Dave's got a command point left at the end of the turn, which means he can take that objective again away from him on turn 3. Nick's only sitting at 35 points to Dave's 35 points, but he's about to score a lot.
Okay.
Dave's turn 3, 2 command points to 1 for Nick, 50 to 35 currently. Dave's drawn no prisoners, which he should be able to do 30 wounds here. Secure no man's land, hold 2 in no man's land, and that shouldn't be a problem. And investigate sites, he'll have to give up his Disco Lord's abilities to do anything this turn. However, he's still going to be able to get to the middle and score 5. That should probably put the game away. And Dave does spend his 2 command points on Heralds of Doom. Steals that objective away from Nick yet again. It's super strong, he's out of command points, but that single Legionnaire on a single wound has managed to score Dave 10 points.
That chosen unit is going to reroll hits and wounds.
Abaddon using his Merciless Overseer ability, putting the Chosen into Wanton Massacre and Wanton Slaughter. That's going to make their rapid-fire guns still explode even though we're on turn 3.
I'm going to go ahead and move them forward now. You know, as much as this is a Tzeentch army, I'm going to corn it up this turn. I'm just going to move forward, take stuff, and try to get rid of the Vanquisher once for all. The desperation.
Come on.
As expected, Lord Discordant moves to the middle to investigate sites, and Dave moves up to sink some charges.
Everything is well positioned now, and now I'm gonna fire at things. Let's go to the Obliterator.
All right,
Shoot
Obliterator.
this Chimera.
Into the Chimera, let's do it.
Heavy D3 shots on the Chimera. Something good here. No, we're not hoping for that. But we only need one shot.
All right.
That's a hit.
Oh no, the Obliterator whiffs!
This unit I've chosen against your Vanquisher.
Nick smokescreens the Vanquisher again. He's out of command points.
You're firing a bunch of melta-guns at close range into a Lehman Russ battle tank.
So we'll see how it goes, okay? 2 Meltas. Hitting on 3s.
I've killed a Rhino.
That's 2 hits.
I've got 8 wounds remaining.
Okay, can I kill it?
Can you kill it? 2 dice.
For the first one.
First one does. 4 damage. Got 4 wounds remaining.
Okay, all right, this is it. Okay,
can do
50-50,
it.
50-50.
5, okay. We did it. Does it explode? It explodes!
Oh no, it goes boom! That's 13 wounds already for no prisoners.
This unit of guardsmen takes 2 mortal wounds. This command squad takes 1 mortal wound, and you're gonna kill this regular guardsman veteran. Field batteries take 3 mortal wounds. So there's 3 wounds left on the field ordnance battery. That was fun.
Now Abaddon is gonna fire at the Chimera. Okay, hitting on 2s. Where's Talon?
I say 1. 2 wounds remaining on that Chimera.
Definitely gonna shoot. These guys are still here and
Yeah.
a nuisance, so I'm gonna Reaper autocannon these guys.
Of course.
And then I'm gonna battle cannon.
Yeah.
All right, so how many battle cannons?
Hitting on 3s.
2 wounds.
Any appeal?
-2.
Chimera goes down. That's 24 wounds for no prisoners.
Now Reaper autocannon into the 4 guardsmen.
Oh, 3 more guardsmen go down. 27 wounds on no prisoners.
That's that he's gonna shoot there. Okay, here we go.
The Legionnaires have downed enough Kriegsmen to make it 30 wounds. That scores 5 for Dave on no prisoners.
And that's everything that is gone. Now I'm gonna charge. I'm going to double charge. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna declare both. Any
Just
sort
come
of-
on in.
So let's see how
Where
far.
do I see you go?
So we're gonna go boom. Okay, so here though, Abaddon charging there. Okay. That makes sense to me.
Go for it. Come on in.
Here we go. Let's see. I get 8. So Abaddon is in the trenches.
All right, let's go to the fight dice.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bother rolling dice here. I'm just gonna take these guys off. They make happy shovel noises and die for the cult of sacrifice.
So Nick,
Yeah.
with my Talon of Horus,
Yeah.
each attack is 2
Yeah.
hits. So that's 16 attacks against those guard.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take them off. And at the end of that turn, you just score everything.
Ooh, that's a huge turn for Dave. He scored 30 points on this turn alone. That puts it to 65-35 with paint scores 75-45.
Well, I think the writing is on the wall at this point, and darn it, if Dave's not gonna let me fire my Death Strike missile, I'm gonna fire it at myself.
And yep, Nick's pulled the trigger on the Death Strike and wiped out all his own stuff.
What is in range of the Death Strike missile is my own guys. So I think the Cult of Sacrifice is gonna be going full effect here, and as penance for their monstrous performance, we're gonna launch this Death Strike missile and land it on my own guys and end the game. Well done, sir.
Okay.
Make that your final 75-45 for this episode's victor, Dave for MINIWARGAMING and the Black Legion. Looks like Cadia fell just like in the lore.
But you know what? The guards still stand. They will stand forever.
What a fantastic game, folks. Absolutely great performance from both players. Pity the poor Vanquisher, but Abaddon has shirked the nickname of Failbadon for sure. Special thank you as well to this episode's sponsor, Deadly Print Studios. Their new Kickstarter for Battle Effects Defenders of Humanity is live now. Well, that's it for us here, folks. On behalf of everybody at Play On, congratulations, Dave. So sorry, Nick. And until the next time we see you in the far-flung future of a grim dark universe, play on.
Wow. I pretty much kill everything.
Dave, thank you so much for coming across the country to play with us today. I couldn't be happier.
You know what? This is all 3 times having fun. So this is like a trilogy, okay? I still didn't fight Steve, even though I wanted to.
Next time, Dave. You've beaten me every time we've played so far. Next time, Dave. Next time.
2 t-shirts and 1 bat wrap. Never happened before. Pretty amazing.